What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, 13, episode 12. So, we are still in Portugal. Child, this the longest group trip. Child, I feel like it's just been drawing on and on and on. But it is the next day, and everybody is talking about what happened the night before. Baby, Candy was so upset that she spent all the rest of the night calling the people excuse me, to verify what did or did not happen. She done went to Kenya. She done called Cynthia, about whether Drew actually kissed Toya or not. Child, Candy was up all night. She left in that same daggone sweatsuit that she came in. Because she was like, I guess she never went to sleep, child. She never went to sleep. So Marietta and Kenya are talking the next day. And then Marlo and Sonya are talking in their room. They come to find out that Marlo and Marietta were recording. The difference is, because they're going to try to make a big deal about the fact that Marietta was recording too. But the difference is, Marietta did not do anything with the audio as far as with the recording, as far as we know. I guess she gave them to production, but she didn't do anything with it. Whereas with Marlo, she sent the video to LaToya. So then LaToya reached out to Drew and was like, girl, what, like, why is my name in everybody's mouth down to the Portugal? And so it turned into a whole thing where now Toya is involved. The other thing that happened was later on that night, child, Sonya, Marlo, and Sheree, I guess, got in Courtney's ear and was telling her she can't trust Drew, that Drew is a liar, and she need to watch her back. Now, listen what I'm going to say about this. I feel like, Marlo, you were wrong. And shouts out to Sonya. I know we give Sonya a lot of flack, but Sonya absolutely told Marlo, I don't agree with that. I feel like you were wrong for sending that video to Toya, and I'm not down with that. So shouts out to Sonya for standing up and standing her ground in that space. I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. As far as them ganging up on Courtney, I'm just not even sure where any of that came from. I guess it was off the heels of Drew lying about not kissing Toya. Now, I don't mean no harm. Girl, listen. Everybody ain't lying on you, Drew. Like, Cynthia said it. Kenya said it. Candy said it. And, I know even people who don't like Candy. Candy can be a lot of things, but I ain't never known Candy to be no liar. At least not to be proven a liar. Like, I ain't never seen Candy get caught in no lies, no deception, where ain't no evil situation where she always want to pretend like she don't remember what she said. Candy be like, I said it. I said it. So even Toya said it then. Now it seems like Toya might be doubling back. But girl, Drew, let that thing go, child. You kissed that girl and it was what it was. But moving on. As far as them cornering Courtney, I don't even know what that's about, child. I don't know, and it turns into a big thing, but whatever. So everybody is getting together. They're headed out. We see Sheree talking to Drew, and Drew is still standing her ground and trying to figure out what the problem is, what's the big deal, and why Marlo was so invested in reaching out to Toya. She was like, I thought me and Marlo were cool. I thought we had made up. But why are we right back where we started? Why are we right back where we started? And why would you send that video to Toya? Now, Marlo being who Marlo is, I ain't gonna give Marlo no whole lot of grace. But I'm gonna be honest, in that situation, I don't know, I might have been Marlo. I might have sent, be like, Toya, girl, you see what Drew up here saying about you? Did you do it? Did you not do it? Was it messy? Yes. Was it a moment? Sure. I was here for it. Sometimes Marlo do stuff and I think she going too far. She doing too much. But in that moment, I was kind of here for that little sneaky up there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little bit here for it. Sheree is really trying to play peacemaker. Not all the time. Not all the time. But, some of the time. And she's talking to Drew about, what happened with Marlo and, that whole situation. Drew is just like, everybody's a snake. Candy's, I don't know why Candy is trying to prove that I'm a liar. Drew is a snake because she done reached out behind my back and she done sent the information to Toya. And at this point, I just don't, I'm side-eyeing everybody. I'm just side-eyeing the whole situation. So anyway, the ladies get together and they on their way to the sound bath. Let me tell y'all something. Now, I was complaining about how this was supposed to be some healing trip, and we ain't done nothing to heal. And I mentioned the sound bath, and I was like, we ain't done no yoga, we ain't done no sound bath, we ain't done none of the stuff that people always want to do when they talking about healing and being natural. Now, they went and did this sound bath, and Sheree acted like this one sound bath was going to heal her fibroids. Your doctor told you that you need to find something that's going to give you peace, healing, and stress free. Nothing with this group is ever going to be stress free. So I don't even understand why you thought doing anything with this group of ladies was going to solve or resolve anything within your body, girl. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Now, I'm all here for holistic remedies. But girl, you might as well just go on and have that surgery, because nothing is going to get rid of them fibroids. Not with these people. Not if you got relying on peace and tranquility with these ladies. That ain't never going to happen. But anyway, so they head on down to the sound bath, child. I will say this. Now, they had on some cute boots down to the sound bath. And I really liked the Marlo, them Chanel boots that she had up to her thighs. Those were cute. Now, you know, Marlo, we know Marlo be bringing the fashions, honey. But I was here for them Chanel boots. They was cute. We get to the sound bath, and I mean, they did the sound bath. You know, everybody was focusing on what they had going on. Drew was thinking about Ralph. Kenya was thinking about Brooklyn and having another baby. Sonya was thinking about her sister and trying to fix that relationship. Who else? Marlo said she was thinking about Scott Lee. I don't know what the hell Courtney was thinking about. I don't even know if we asked. I don't know if we cared. But either way, she supposedly was thinking about whatever she had going on. Basically, everybody was thinking about their storyline. I mean, nothing deep. Kenya was crying. Not really sure why she was crying, but you know, you can't tell people when and where and how to get emotional about these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get emotional because they get emotional about stuff. Of course, the ladies was side-eyeing Kenya because I guess they were saying that she was just trying to be extra and trying to do too much. But I was here for it, okay? I feel like it was genuine, that she was really having some emotional moments, emotional responses to whatever was going on with the sound bath, child. I don't know. So after the sound bath, they are having lunch. Child, the whole thing blew up at lunch. The whole thing with Drew and Marlo came up again, where Marlo was and Marlo stood in it. She was like, "Yeah, I sent it to Toya because I don't know. She told a bunch of different. She needed to know. I wanted to know what she had to say. I wanted to see her opinion, whatever. But she stood in the fact that she sent it. Now then they brought up the fact that Mayetta was recording. Now again, it's not the same. What Mayetta was doing, again, she didn't send it to nobody. She didn't bring nobody from outside of the group into y'all situation. Then they brought up to the fact that Courtney seemed to be acting a little bit cold towards Drew. So Drew was kind of feeling some kind of way about that, thinking that maybe Courtney had been corrupted, you know, had been a little corrupted by the situation. So then Kenya gonna bring it up. Kenya gonna just point blank bring up the whole. She was like, "Well, what was up with you ladies colluding with Courtney, with Drew?" And of course, they all got offended. Kenya, you weren't even there. Who took it back to you? Mayetta was like, "I did. I said it. I did. I absolutely said it." Well, what do you mean colluding? Who was colluding? We were just talking to her. And Courtney has her own mind. Courtney doesn't need to listen to what we're saying. Courtney can, you know, she's a smart person. She don't. So that turned into a whole thing. They got to arguing, yelling back and forth at each other, child. And then Sheree got upset. Sheree said, y'all are so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. I mean, we can't do nothing as a group. We just had this beautiful sound bath moment, and not even 5 minutes later, y'all sitting here arguing over this bullshit. And I'm sick of it. Sheree ran out the room. She crying, you know. But basically, now I will say this. Now, Kenya, you were being a whole busybody because you weren't even there, honey. You was going by what Mayetta told you happened, and you ain't really know what happened. You was there to simply create a whole moment and a whole situation. I mean, you did your job. Let's be clear. Kenya did her job, but it was messy. It was messy. So they ended up leaving, child. Um, Drew and Marlo got into it, and Drew said something about Marlo. Child, she was throwing insults at Marlo, and something about how Marlo make her money. And Marlo said, "In technology, just like your husband, just like your husband." Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really feel like what she said about Ralph was all that deep, unless they edited out the worst parts. I don't really think it was that serious. Like, I honestly don't think it was that deep, child. I mean, it wasn't that deep. In technology like your husband, it just wasn't that deep. But you know, Drew ran back and told Ralph what Marlo said about him, and he's again, unless they edited out more, child, I don't see where it was that deep. That I mean, because does anybody really know what Ralph does? I mean, in technology, that could be so many things. What does that mean? So Marlo pulls Courtney aside Drew pulls Courtney aside to try to talk to her. And instead of focusing on what her issue is with Courtney or what Courtney's issue might be with her, she starts telling her, you got to watch out for these ladies. You can't trust these ladies. You know, whatever they telling you, you can't listen to them. Girl, don't deal with what they're saying. Deal with what your issue is, or how you feel or what you feel your issue is with Courtney. Because that, child. So they go back to the hotel to relax, relate, release. You know, I think Drew got a massage. The rest of the ladies just kind of got into glam for them to go out to dinner. Now at this point, I just think I would have checked out. I don't want no more dinners. I don't want no more nothing with y'all. When is the plane leaving? Let me go to my room and pack. I am over all of it. I'm over all of it, okay? But they end up going out to dinner, and honestly, it's just more of the same. If you want me to be honest, they get to arguing once again about Kenya and Courtney get into it over Valletta repeated what Drew told her about Courtney making the comment about it was just karma. So now, of course, Kenya's like, what do you mean it's karma? What do you mean it's karma? So it's karma that I fell and I could have been paralyzed and I could have been permanently injured and that's karma? What do you mean? And of course, Courtney's trying to side swipe and side talk. I never said it was your karma. Girl, that's what you meant. Stop playing. Sound like people that play these word games. Girl, you know exactly what you said and you knew what you meant what you said. And you meant it, okay? That's what you meant and that's how you meant it, okay? So they get to arguing about that, and Sheree is like, look, I just can't. I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of this. I'm so over all of it. I am sick of it. Why are we still arguing over the same shit? I'm telling you, I'd have been out. Y'all, I'd have been out. I'd have been so sick of this whole, all of them. I'd have been sick of all of them by now, okay? So, again, while they at dinner, what else did they argue about, child? Marlo and Drew got into it again. They were arguing again. Child, I'm sick of all of it. Okay, I'm so ready for them to get over this trip and get back home. So they go back. It's their last night in Portugal. I mean, the next day is their last day. They go to a winery. They're having a good time. They get ready to start that arguing again because Ralph then sent Marlo this message basically like, you know, I forgave you for what you said last year about me, but to find out that you still got my name in your mouth and just saying disrespectful things, I really don't appreciate that. I thought we had moved forward. Why are we back here again? So Marlo lets the whole group know that she got this text and she read it to the group. Now, I can appreciate that Marlo was like, I'm not gonna respond to your husband. I'm gonna respond to you because I don't believe in talking to people's husbands like that. Like I don't feel like that's appropriate. And I feel like that's how Ralph should have done it. Ralph should have never reached out to Marlo. That was not his place. He is a man addressing a woman, and I think that's disrespectful. I do not believe that Ralph should have reached out to Marlo and addressed her at all. If anything, Drew really should have left that and addressed it and let it where it is, okay? So, of course, that almost turned into an argument, but they were able to just, like, Kenya was like, y'all, can we just stop? Like, it's our last day here. Let's drink this wine. Let's get drunk, and let's have a good time. So they did. And then, the people came out and started dancing with them. Drew called them pilgrims. You know, Drew, you always talking about in Detroit this and in Detroit that, and we don't do this in Detroit, and I'm from Detroit. You know, when you do and say things like that, it really... What pilgrims did you think that they were? Where did you think them pilgrims came from, Drew? The pilgrims? Anyway, so they did the cuff it challenge, and that was the end of the episode, child. So hopefully next week, well, technically this week, they back home, and I guess we can move forward. Okay, I'm so over Portugal. Mm, mm, mm. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later. That's all I got for this. That's all I got for this. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.